to do about something.
Well, it's the Saturday before Easter Sunday, so Good Friday was yesterday and today's Saturday. And we're out here just enjoying some of the beautiful spring weather. It's beautiful out here today. Donald's been working around the yard to try to get some things done. He's already mowed back here in the back. Kids playing on the trampoline, and they've already had a couple of egg hunts. I just wanted to walk you around the backyard. I did not get my seeds started yesterday. Good Friday was very busy for us. We have still got to get out here and just get some of these weeds out of our garden and get ready for that. There's some beautiful things going on here. They may not show up as beautiful on camera as they are to us here in person. You hear the little rooster crowing in the back, but the redbud and this wisteria that we've got here on the edge of our garden, I very rarely get to share with you the wisteria at this stage. Normally it's already got leaves on it or in full bloom when I share it with you. But this is the corner where we keep our compost pile, and me and Donald are deciding to go ahead and move our compost. What's happening is here we decided to put our compost here in the corner, and over here is where a lot of the chicken compost, some of our twigs and leaves and stuff goes. But this is what's happened as we put our compost here. It's raised the ground up in front of our fence, and it's making the fence shorter, and our dog's been hopping over the fence. So we've had to make an adjustment. We're going to go ahead and use this compost up. It always gets packed during the winter. Donald will shovel this up. We'll go ahead and put it where we need it this year. And then we're going to change our compost pile to somewhere over near the upper side of the fence where there's a little bit of a privacy fence and where the dog won't be able to jump. If you can see it up there at the back of the fence, there's a 8-foot privacy fence right there on that section. So we're going to go ahead and move it up that way closer so that it doesn't raise the ground up and provide a way for the dog to leap over the fence. So that's the plans for this year. Now the wisteria is blooming. It's beautiful. Now I planted this many years ago, over 40 years ago. But if I had the chance, I don't think I would add this wisteria to my garden because it is invasive. We foraged for this wisteria. A friend of ours foraged and got some across the street. They've long since moved, but he did give us a piece and we put it back here, and then we added to it. We foraged our own and went and got more. So we've got 2 pieces of wisteria back here. And it is beautiful. There is nothing really, I think, that you can plant that has as big of an impact as this wisteria. It'll have flowers hanging down in grape-like bunches, and when this opens up, it is beautiful, a beautiful lavender color, and it's loaded, as you can see. And the smell of a wisteria is wonderful. I'm thinking this is a Chinese wisteria because that's the most common kind. We got it from the woods. We saw some on the side of the road growing wild, and so that's where we foraged ours, but you can get it in many different places. Donald has this one growing up. He's kind of intertwined the vines as they grew. He kind of wanted it into a tree shape. And when we build our deck, he wants to train it to go over our deck and maybe provide some shade. So we've got this little one here that is shaped like a tree, and you can see it's blooming. And then over in the corner, this one's in the flower bed here. And then over in the corner, you can see where this one was the first place we put it. And we put it here in the corner so that it would be beautiful from the front of the house. But what it has done for us, essentially, is provided privacy. This wisteria vine that you see all entrailed into this added fence that Donald put up to support it, what it does is provide us with privacy. When this fills in, it covers, and we can be in this backyard and have an element of privacy. Of course, when you walk up to the gate, you can see in the back to a certain extent. Now we've got this gate all rigged up to keep the dog from jumping over it. Once he figured out that he could jump from this little area right here, he started jumping over the gate. And so we've got things up here to try to distract him or to fall so that we'll know that he's jumping over the fence, because in our neighborhood there's a leash law and you can't let your dog run around without a leash. So we're trying to keep him inside here. I'm just trying to get a shot of the wisteria for you so you can see how pretty it is. They're playing farm this morning. They're working on their farm. Grammy and Grampy's little micro farm. We've got the little roosters yelling this morning. The red buds are still blooming. This will probably be their last few days. They look like they're starting to fade out. Here's the little upper garden. Donald did get out here and pull some weeds, but we've got to pull some more weeds. Our henbit and our purple dead nettle, it just comes back with a vengeance. We have plenty of that.
And I'm gonna go get these.
So we'll be pulling up some more weeds and getting started with our garden plans here. Here's our little bantam roosters, which are mainly just pets. There's 2 roosters and 1 little hen. She did lay eggs, and they're the tiniest little eggs. Donald took the kids' playhouse when they outgrew it, and he just made it into a little hen house for these 3 little these 2 roosters and a little hen.
So I got some dessert.
We made mud pies. They make weed salad. Oh, it's soup.
Yeah.
What an absolutely gorgeous day. It is beautiful. Now I've stepped out here in the front. I don't know if I showed y'all that when I put the spring tulip wreath out here, and this was the little Easter wreath. That's what's out on the front porch right now. I still have this up on the porch. Our bay tree that we bought because it has been cold, but look at the new little growth coming out on it. Isn't that pretty? Isn't that exciting? Now there's something I wanted to show y'all. You remember I had a really big jasmine plant right here. It was a huge vine that went all the way up to the side of the house, and it was blooming. It bloomed yellow. It was beautiful. Well, a storm came and broke that off and broke it down to the ground. Donald had to cut it down to the ground along with that rose bush that's right here. You can see right here. Those things were was almost as tall as the house. The rose bush and the jasmine. But we had a brutal storm with strong winds, and it broke it off down to the ground. I really missed that jasmine there. I thought it was beautiful. I loved the way that yellow looked against the blue of this house. And I was saving in my greenhouse fund to buy another jasmine to replace it. But over here across on the porch, look at that. There's a sprig of jasmine that just jumped right over here on the side, and it's blooming. I thought that was beautiful and exciting. I love the way gardens reward you in unexpected ways. So I'm not going to have to worry about buying a new jasmine this year. I can just dig up this little piece right here and transplant it right over there where I want it, and it's just replaced itself. I love it when it works like that for the garden. That's how you save a lot of money. He's out here doing yard work, so you're going to hear the weed eater and maybe even the lawnmower in the back. But I just wanted to bring you out here and show you how it looked on this beautiful day before Easter. We're out here enjoying the outside. Now, he hadn't blown the driveway. You can see all of the dandelions out there. I might have to get out here and see how many dandelions I can collect. And I can make at least 1 jar of dandelion jelly. Right here's a whole little patch of them. I may try to do that today. But going up the driveway, you can see he's still yet to need to blow that off. But look at these tulips. These are the tulips that we kept putting a sheet over, trying to protect them and preserve them for as long as we could. And we did. Lord, they have lasted a long time this year. They're beautiful. I've shared those with you before. Shared with you the flowers, the clematis, or clematis we call them. You know, we've got that mountain accent, so everything, we like to use our A's. So to us, this is clematis. And then over here are those beautiful irises. Just perky in the garden. We've got bees out. That little fig bush is doing great here. Excited about that because I really wanted to add a fig tree to our garden this year. Got the new leaves. Tiny little figs coming out, so they're growing. There's the peonies. There's a clematis that's jumped over here that doesn't have a trellis, so I'm going to have to figure something out right there. All the spring green, all the beautiful blooms. It is a gorgeous, beautiful day, spring day out here. Now, I have yet to start my seeds, and I've probably talked about this with you before. I don't rush to start my seeds because in our area we'll have a snapback. We call it a snapback, and it'll be beautifully warm like this one day, and the next day you might get up and it would have been below freezing the night before. That's why we've had to cover up our tulips, because if it hits lower degrees, and have our bay tree put up on the porch, we're trying to protect them from freezing. So I'm not in a hurry to get my seeds and stuff all started. I don't have room in the house to set up a seed setup, so I just wait, and I'm a little later into the season. We have a pretty good long growing season here, so it's not like I really have to rush to get everything out in a hurry to get a step ahead. We also have this little greenhouse that's not far from us. In fact, it's right up the road. I will take that with y'all. I will take y'all with me there one day. I love to go there, and sometimes I will buy a few things that are already started if it's something that I feel like I need to get something, ahead on. If it's something that I need to go ahead and get out there quickly, which is not many things. There's not many things that I feel like I have to get out there that I can't wait on. Now, watermelons might be one, because watermelons take a long time to grow. And our babies like to plant watermelons. Our little grandbabies, they like to see a watermelon grow, go out there and check on it, and then wait for the thing to grow and ripen so we can eat it. And it's the best watermelon they've had because they grew it. So we may have to go pick up a few watermelons plants so that they'll be started ahead. But most everything I can go ahead and wait to plant. I'm not in a hurry to plant. I did buy seed starting soil. It's right here. I've got it ready. And we may be able to go ahead and go through our seeds today and figure out what it is we want to put in our garden. You know, I'm limited on space here. I don't have a lot of space to plant a lot of things. So
I'm going to water the plants.
You're going to water?
Yeah.
Okay.
But there's no water in here.
All right. You know how to turn on the hose?
No.
I'll turn the hose on for you. Then you can go gently squirt some water into your can, okay? She loves to hang out on the back of Grampy's truck.
I'm going to water all these plants.
You gonna water? Well, be careful that don't spray out too hard on you. Maybe I'll help you hold.
I can't.
Oh, is it too hard?
Yeah, it's too hard.
All right. All right, you hold the can, okay? Is that enough? I'm gonna put it right here if you need it, okay? Here's the remains of the kids' fairy garden. They've moved it around a little bit. Got some bunnies that's had a party here. They love to play with the fairy garden. But yes, I will have to get my seed containers out and start looking at the seeds that I've got and deciding what I want to put in our amount of space. We just have a small, it's between 1/3 and 1/4 of an acre. It's not a very big lot here, and that's okay because the more you have, the more you have to pay taxes on and the more you have to maintain. So right now this is enough for us. It's what we have. We've been here over 40 years, so it's what we have, it's what we make the use of, and it's what we are appreciative for, and we're trying to grow what we can here on our little lot, our little city lot. We call it our micro farm. We've got chickens and rabbits and a dog. We've got a cat inside, but he's not part of the micro farm. He's inside. Our little Angelina, she got out. When the children were leaving one night, their parents were picking them up and they were going home. Angelina got out of the door and we have not saw her since. We have all searched for her. We've got the neighborhood on alert, and we are really missing our little Angelina, our little female kitty that we got when we got our Cookie. Our older cat Cookie, who was just a tiny kitten, and we took the mama home, and she's got out, and I'm hoping somebody in the neighborhood has her and we'll be able to find her. But so far she's been missing, and that's been heartbreaking for our grandchildren and for me and Donald, because we really got attached to that little cat. She was the prettiest, little sweetest cat, and we sure do miss her. But I thought I'd let y'all know about that because she liked to stay hid anyway. She wasn't in a lot of videos because she just stayed hid, but she had gone into her heat cycle, and we have been trying to get her an appointment, but our veterinary clinics around here have been backed up, and it's been hard to get her an appointment. So we didn't get her an appointment, and she was trying to sneak out. She had snuck out a couple of times with me and Donald, and we found her. We came right at, we noticed that she was out, and we got out here and got her. But every time this front door would be open, she would sneak out. And so she snuck out this time, and we can't find her. So we are hoping that she comes back. She may come back with kittens, who knows. But we are doing the best that we can to find our little Angelina cat. I just thought I'd let y'all know that in case you wonder where she's at. She's been missing for about 4 days now, and it's been a long 4 days, and we've really missed her, and Cookie has really missed her. My other cat, which was her kitten, which he is huge now, he was 3 times her size, but he was attached to her and she to him, and he has been crying for her every morning. Every morning he comes to me crying, yowling, and he's looking around for Angelina. So that's just things that sometimes happens with pets. We were trying to get her an appointment to have her fixed, her spayed or neutered, whichever one it is for a female cat. We were trying to get her that for her, but we couldn't get that in a timely manner. I don't know if it's a shortage of veterinarians. I'm not sure why it's been so hard to get a veterinarian appointment in our area lately, but we did not get that in time, and she has since gone missing. So we hope that she comes back. If she does, I will give y'all, I'll let you know as soon as she comes back. We are looking for her every day, asking the neighbors, and hopefully she'll come back, but you never know. Well, on that note, we'll go on with our gardening video.
Yellow flowers, and these are dandelions. And I picked some off because our grandpa's mowing the yard. And
did Grandpa give you a minute to collect dandelions before he mowed over them?
Yeah, aren't they beautiful?
They are, Ellie. What are we going to do with those?
We're going to make a tea.
Tea and
Jelly?
we're going to try to make jelly. I think we have enough. We can make 1 pint of dandelion jelly here.
Ooh, yay.
Yeah. So she's going to take those in the house and put them on the counter. And we're going to plan to make some dandelion jelly with those she harvested this morning. We did get the tea trees, the Camellia sinensis. We did get them planted right here. We decided, since this camellia was doing so great right here, that this was perfect conditions for a camellia. So we just went ahead and put our Camellia sinensis, our tea bearing, this is what makes a tea. We decided to put it right here. And I'm watering those this morning since it's so warm. We're giving them a little water. But we are thinking that this would be a great place for these tea plants. I initially was going to put them in our perennial herb garden, but I decided to just go ahead and put them out here front and center, since that is something that I have been wanting to add to my garden for so long, so that I can harvest this and make my own tea. Now this camellia is beautiful. I have made tea from this camellia and some other things too. And it's grown so well right there. That was a tiny little start my friend gave me, just maybe 2 or 3 inches tall. She gave that to me years ago, and it's been there for quite a while. But it's really liked the conditions, so it's done well here. And Donald and I decided to go ahead and put the Camellia sinensis. We decided to go ahead and put them right here, and maybe they'll do as well as the one that's been here for a while. There's a treat, I've spoke with you about it before. It's the rosemary blooms. I've got to be careful because I've got some little Queen Anne's lace coming up right here and some other things here. So I'm going to be really careful about where I step. But right here are the little blooms that I've been telling you about that come on a rosemary bush. Now these things to me are delicious. So I pluck them off every time I see them. I love these little things. I think they're delicious. We've already rinsed these off with the hose. We rinsed this rosemary plant off when we were giving it a little bit of water. So these are clean, and I'm going to pop these in my mouth. I love them. They've got that little pungent taste of rosemary that comes on the little stem. But those little blooms are delicious to me. I need to figure out a way to incorporate those into some kind of recipe and use them as a really beautiful little garnish, edible garnish. But there's quite a few of them on here. I love rosemary anyway. I love the whole plant. But when those little blooms get on here, I save those for myself. I pluck those off and just enjoy them as a little snack. Now here I've got some different plants. I think this is echinacea. I left the stems on these because they did have seed pods on the end. And of course the birds enjoyed the seeds off of them. You can see right here is the seed pods that are all no seeds left because the birds enjoyed them. That's why I left them. And it helps me remember where they're at in the garden. I can break these off now because all this new growth is coming out here in the spring. And there are several other of those. See, here's one that did not come back yet. It's not grown back at the base. But over here you can see there's several others that are the same way. The seed pods, I left these here for the birds, especially the tiny little birds. The little birds really love this particular kind of seed. The little finches and the little canary birds. So I left those for the birds this year. And then here's the new growth coming back at the bottom. So I'll just pile these up when I come out here clean up. Before I add the compost, I will pick these little sticks up and put them in a compost pile. But these are different colors of coneflower. Well, I wanted to share some of this beautiful day with you. Got those rosemary flowers in my teeth. And I just wanted to show you around, show you what we were doing today. We were having an outdoor work day and just appreciating the beauty out here in the garden. At this weekend, Donald had the day off, so that was great. We've been out here working and enjoying everything that we've planted years ago. It's just looking beautiful today. Thank you for joining me. Coming along, let me share it with you. I hope you have a great day. And like always, until next time.
He wasn't buzzing, he was just talking.
Okay.